If you're in your 20s, you're probably making this mistake. If you're in your 30s, you're already behind on this. If you're in your 40s, this decision matters more than your income. If you're in your 50s or 60s, one wrong move can undo everything. Wealth isn't about working harder, it's about playing the right game at the right age. The strategy in your 20s is completely different from your 40s, and the biggest mistake people make, using the wrong strategy for their age. Most people try to play a young man's game when they're older, or a safe game when they're young. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to focus on right now, no matter your age. Wealth building isn't one formula, it is a series of transitions. You wouldn't use a map of New York to navigate Los Angeles, yet people use the same financial advice regardless of their life stage. Each decade has a primary focus, and trying to invest aggressively at the wrong time or play safe too early kills growth. We need to understand the 5 distinct phases of wealth. Your 20s are the skill and risk phase. Your 30s are the leverage and build phase. Your 40s represent the protect and scale phase. Moving into your 50s, you enter the optimize and de-risk phase. Finally, your 60s are about the preserve and enjoy phase. Most people mess up in their 30s and pay for it in their 50s. Wait until you see what really matters in your 40s. When you're in your 20s, your goal is to build the machine. The main message here is to focus on income and skill, not just investing. The worst thing you can do in your 20s looks responsible, but destroys growth. That mistake is obsessing over a 5% return on a $1,000 portfolio while ignoring the potential to double your earning power. In this decade, investing in skills is far superior to investing in stocks. You need to build career capital. This is the time for taking asymmetric risks. Join a startup, move to a new city for a better role, or start a side business. These are risks where the downside is just a few months of lost time, but the upside is a life-changing trajectory. Your biggest asset right now is not your bank account, it is your earning potential. Time is your superpower because of compounding, but you need a high enough income to actually feed the compound interest engine. Don't obsess over passive income yet. That is a trap for the young. Focus on active income growth. Practice financial discipline early by avoiding lifestyle inflation. If you get a raise, keep your living expenses the same. This creates a gap that you can eventually use to fund your freedom. Build an emergency fund of 3 months as your baseline safety net, then pour every extra ounce of energy into becoming more valuable to the marketplace. As you transition into your 30s, it is time to accelerate and multiply. The main message is to turn your active income into hard assets. This is where serious wealth building strategies begin to take root. You should be scaling your career or business to its peak efficiency. Your 30s are where millionaires are quietly made, but it doesn't look glamorous. It looks like the consistent automation of investing. By now, you should have a defined asset allocation strategy. Whether it is low-cost index funds, diversified portfolios, or real estate, the focus shifts from just saving to owning. If you are considering real estate, this is often the decade where the leverage of a mortgage can work in your favor as your income stabilizes. This is also the time for marriage and family financial coordination. You and your partner must be on the same page, or the friction will act as a brake on your progress. Beware of the common mistakes, lifestyle creep, and over-leveraging. Just because you can afford a luxury SUV payment doesn't mean you should. Many people delay investing in their 30s because they are too busy with kids or career stress. This is a fatal error. The dollars you invest in your 30s still have decades to grow. Don't let the busyness of life steal your future financial independence. By the time you reach your 40s, the theme changes to protect and position. Risk management becomes crucial. This is the decade where one bad financial decision can cost you 10 years of progress. It is no longer about speed, it is about stability and growth. Your net worth tracking needs to be precise. You should know exactly where every dollar is and what it is doing. This is the time for serious insurance planning. You have more to lose now than you did at 25. Protect your family and your assets with the right coverage. A debt elimination strategy should be in full swing. High interest debt should be a thing of the past, and you should be looking at your mortgage as the final hurdle. Portfolio balancing is no longer optional. You must ensure you aren't overly concentrated in one sector. Avoid speculative trends or get-rich-quick schemes that often target middle-aged professionals with disposable income. This is also the vital decade for teaching your kids about money. If you don't pass on the mindset, you'll just be passing on a pile of cash they aren't prepared to handle. Your 40s are about ensuring the machine you built in your 20s and 30s is durable enough to withstand a market crash without ruining your timeline. Entering your 50s requires a shift from growth to optimization. This is the strategic de-risking phase. Most people assume their 50s are too late to make a move, but that is completely wrong. It is actually the time for the most sophisticated retirement planning. You need to start asset rebalancing to protect the capital you've spent 30 years accumulating. Shift the focus from total growth to income planning. How will your portfolio generate cash flow when the paycheck stops? This is also the era of healthcare planning. Understanding long-term care and medical costs is essential to prevent a health crisis from becoming a wealth crisis. If you started late, utilize catch-up contributions in your retirement accounts. These are powerful tools designed for this exact stage. Consider downsizing decisions. Do you still need the big family home, or can that equity be better used to fund your lifestyle? The key idea here is to reduce volatility risk. You don't need a 20% return if it comes with the risk of a 50% drop right before you retire. Sustainable income streams are the new priority, and when you reach your 60s, wealth is now about freedom and legacy. The focus is to preserve and enjoy. The real goal of wealth isn't numbers, it's control over your time. You need to master withdrawal strategies. Taking money out of your accounts in the wrong order can result in massive tax bills. Tax efficiency is the name of the game now. You want to minimize the government's share of your hard-earned life savings. Estate planning basics should be finalized. This isn't just about a will, it's about making sure your wishes are clear and your family is protected from legal headaches. Be extremely vigilant about avoiding scams, as this age group is often targeted by sophisticated predators. Your relationship with money changes emotionally in your 60s. It is no longer about the score on the screen, it's about security, peace, and purpose. Use your wealth to align with your lifestyle. If you want to travel, do it. If you want to start a foundation, do it. This is the reward for the decades of discipline. Avoid these 5 wealth destroyers at all ages. These are the obstacles to financial independence regardless of salary. First, lifestyle inflation. As you make more, you spend more, staying put. Second, debt addiction. Today's ego should not be paid for with tomorrow's profits. Third is flashy item investing. FOMO-driven investments in new crypto coins or hot stocks will empty your accounts. Fourth, not tracking wealth. It can't be managed without measurement. Fifth is timeline comparison. Comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's 20 will cause recklessness. The key to riches is matching approach to life stage. The game changes. You must too. Every decade has a defining theme that shapes your life. Missing the emphasis of your decade means playing catch up in the next. Right move at incorrect age turns wrong. Trading growth for safety is a mistake when buying a safe, low-yield bond at 22. Because you have no time to recoup, taking huge uncalculated risks at 62 is foolish. Everything hinges on alignment. I want to assist you fine-tune your plan. Comment your decade below 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s. Wealth strategy changes every 10 years. Not too late regardless of age. Just play the proper plan. We explain how to generate riches from zero if you wish to start from scratch. Freedom begins with one age-appropriate choice. Create today, compound tomorrow.